So you got all your hay cut, Bob?
We got our lactating cow feed done. We'll have some heifer feed to harvest at some point. But we were worried at first that there wasn't going to be any first cutting there because it'd been so cold it hadn't grown. But those 90-degree days, it changed it really fast.
Yeah. See, there's a lot of hay down.
How is the corn going in? Have you guys?
We still have a fair bit to go, but we stopped to get the hay on time, and we have a new planter this year, so it's just been a little slower getting everything tuned in and getting going. But
I'm gonna step away a minute and I'll be right back.
But the first cutting should be pretty good. Should be pretty good quality.
The rows that I saw here on 32 look pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we didn't think there was going to be a lot there, and it got to be pretty thick. It was a few days past prime, but you never can get it perfect.
Yeah.
So I think. How many rows did you plant or do, Bob?
12. We had 2 6 rows, and quite often one of them wasn't even being used, so we just traded them in and got a 12 row.
Okay.
I'm not getting a reply from Teams.
All right. Well, I think we should still have enough of us, right?
Yeah, we got a quorum.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a short meeting anyway because all we have is the referral because the fair's canceled, so there's not much to talk about.
Right.
Is Gary Jones back yet?
Yep, I'm back.
Okay, so I guess we'll call the meeting to order. The only thing we have tonight is just the referral. Did everybody look at that?
Yeah. Do you want me to share the screen so that it's?
Yeah, you have more technology than I do, so you can share the screen and.
All disabled participant screen sharing, so I cannot do it. Only Sarah can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why I was hoping Tim would be on because it's right in his neck of the woods and he had a pretty good understanding of the layout of the property. But it's some of Sam Casella's property that he wants to subdivide.
Do we know the full intention of why they chose the 4? It's in the words, right?
Well, so if you look at the application, it says there's no intent to do anything right now, but I called Eric Cooper at the development office today to see if we could find out a little bit more about it. And he told me there's an intent to build a house on 2 of the lots.
The 2 small ones, probably.
That's correct, because I talked to Sam yesterday to find out what was going on with that, because I know he brought it up when we had the meeting at the outhouse there.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, PDR. If you want, I can briefly just tell you what I learned from him, and because my concern was about it. The 2-acre lot to the south of it is a 2.112 acres. I've got that up on my desktop here. That's going to go to his sister, and with her intentions to build a house there. The other one going up to, which is lot number 1, that's what he talked to us about at the meeting that we had at the outhouse on the PDRs. And that's one that he's thinking in time of maybe building a house there for him and his wife. And he said it's mostly woodland and stuff back there anyways to get back there so far. And so that was the reason for that.
So the lot the lots that he wants to subdivide, though, are currently being farmed.
Run that by me again, Bob?
The lot that he wants to subdivide, it's 2 lots that he wants to subdivide, correct? If I was reading that correct.
Right, I believe that's right.
They're currently being farmed.
They not the lot number 1 is not, because he said that's woodland and stuff like that, and he went with 200 feet for the frontage because that's what required to build a house.
Okay.
Lot number 4 is, he said, it's way down. It's not very good soil. I didn't drive over there. I've been over that way, but you know, in the past, and I can't tell you exactly what it looks like. It doesn't look like it's very good hayland and stuff anyways. Lot 3 and 4, under the new setup there, what he's got is lots 2 and 3 are going to be continuing to be farmed.
Are they all farmed by Charlie?
I'm sorry, it broke up.
Is it Charlie farming that land?
No, Sam is doing it himself.
Okay.
So that's a little more information. That's good to have. So it sounds like the locations that he's selected to subdivide for these houses are not very good farmland, or not even farmland at all.
Yeah, that's what he indicated to me last night, or yesterday afternoon, I guess it was.
And if Fernando, I can't look at it right now where I'm at. I believe it says there on the application that it is in the strategic farmland area.
It is in the, yes. So let me get to that part. Both parcels did receive a rating for the Ag Enhancement Plan, and the ratings were very similar for both. Received points for proximity to protected land and for the presence of natural resources. Both rank low for development pressure. Property did receive a rating from the open space. They both rank very low overall. Property is not in the part of Brook, but it is in the strategic farmland protection area. And it is in the strategic forest protection area as well.
So any thoughts from anybody?
Well, Gary did say though that lot 2 and 3 are being farmed now.
Yes.
And how many acres is this that we're talking about? I couldn't find that.
The total amount, so the lot 3 will have 12.6 acres, and lot 1 will have 6.5. So the part that will remain in farming is going to be 19 acres, and it's going to be losing. No, never mind. That's lot 1. Lot 1 is 6.5 acres. Lot 2 is 37. So 37 plus 12, that's 49.5 acres is what it will remain farmed. And what is getting taken away from that area is 8.5 acres. But you're saying that part of it is woodland, and I am looking, I'm trying to get the Google Maps.
There's nobody in the vicinity that's working that land now other than Sam.
Correct. That's what I was led to believe.
And lot 2 would be down the road sometime. His daughter would put a house on it.
Is what?
His daughter was saved. The lot 2 was saved for his daughter.
I lost it here on my screen. I'm trying to bring it back. You know, the information that Sarah sent out.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what you had talked with him about. He said lot 1 was for him.
Right. I think the other one was lot 4. So one is the one way down in the south there for, I think it was 2.11 acres or something, 112 acres.
Right.
I'm trying to, for some reason I'm not pulling it up here.
It does look like a fair amount of woods there on the, I don't know if I can do this or if it's gonna see something, but that's Google Earth for those that, and this part in here, oops. This,
Well, the other thing is also, he's one of the prime candidates for the PDR, right? One of the two?
Yes.
it's, I don't know how far it goes in here.
But no, that is any of that included in the application? It can't be.
Which one is that?
The-
The whole 4 lots, you mean?
I thought the two parts were, I think everything was part of the application, right? That's why
Yeah.
we discussed the building of the house here in this wooded land.
Right.
So
Lot
That
2
would-
is off to the left, top left corner.
Top left corner.
That's lot 2.
Yes, this is lot 2. This
Lot
part in
3
here
is
will
right
be
below
lot
it.
1.
Yep.
This is lot 3.
Yep.
And I don't know if lot 4 is on top of this road or below this road.
Yeah.
If it's
I
on
think-
top, it is being farmed right now. If it is below, it is not being farmed. But I don't have references to know what will be in or out.
What road are you referring to, Endo?
This small farm road that goes to this shed.
Okay.
It's more of a driveway than a road, but there is
And that's
another
for lot-
house down here, so it's probably lot 4 is gonna be in here.
So if it's empty, if it was accepted for, if it was awarded PDR, you're still allowed to build a house for a family on it. Is that correct, or am I wrong?
Yes, unless they consider that, whoops, this house right here is part of the application, and that will be the homestead of the PDR.
Okay.
But it doesn't look in the map, at least in here in the one that, in the one that Sarah sent us, it doesn't look like it's included. That looks very bad in there in the.
So I
cannot see anything there.
remember him talking about that when we had the meeting. I don't think he wanted to include that house because he wanted to build another one.
Right. Off on the right-hand side.
So if that house is already
Oh.
excluded, then yes, he would have the right to build it without having to make it a different parcel.
So
Yeah,
it's
because
he's trying
the
to
rest
cover.
of it on the east, on the west side of Woolhouse Road, where he lives now. What we're looking at, Sarah sent us, everything's on the east side of Woolhouse Road.
Well, the one that Fernando was talking about is the farmstead, which is right there in that top middle.
Which one? I'm sorry.
It is on Rossier Road.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There is a house right there that in the plans that we were sent is excluded from. So maybe they already took that piece out.
Right. I think they did.
And what you are saying is that he lives on the house that is on lot number 2, right on Woolhouse Road.
Right, because there is already existing house on Rosier Road and lot number 2, and I'm almost sure there's one existing house on lot number 1 that shows there.
And lot number 1 doesn't show one.
That little
It's-
square at the top left-hand corner of lot 1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
will
the
be
wood-
lot 2. So sorry guys, I don't want to get you dizzy, but hopefully you guys, these houses right here, this will be in lot number 2 based on the division. Lot number 1 is over, unless that's a house, but I don't think that will be part of it. I think lot number 1 will be taking part of this field to get the 200 feet. And then the part that he considers woodland is this part. But this part of here, how do I get measurements here? Can I get I think I can get measurements somehow.
He indicated that 94.87 inches there partially wanted to not make it wider than 200 feet because that way they'd be able to go back there with farm equipment and stuff like that to work in the fields.
Yeah, but if we look at the mapping here, between this house and the beginning of lot 1, there is only going to be 94 feet. I don't know how to get the measuring tools in here. I know that there is a way to do it, but I don't think that there is much. I don't think that there's going to be left too much of this piece of land. And lot number 1 is going to take some of this field and then all of this forest area back here. So yes, there is a lot of forest area, but it will have to take some of this field as well. Now there is this house that can go with the PDR application, and that is staying in lot 1. No, lot 2, sorry. This is staying in lot 2.
Yeah.
Well, I think it sounds like he's thought it out pretty well to have his options covered no matter what happens with PDR.
Yeah, because he indicated he'd talk to Ag and Markets and he'd also talk to Doug, and this was a way he was advised to go.
Yeah. Well, after learning more there, I personally don't think that it's that big of an issue. But that's just my thought. Yeah, do you guys want to vote or should we discuss it more?
No, I think that I would like to add the comment, and I don't know if any of you are taking notes or
Yeah, I'll notes for sure.
I would like to say that our decision is, as long as it's not interfering with the PDR process, as we would like to give, I would like to give that priority. But if this is not going to reduce their chances of getting it, then they are being strategic to not lose much agricultural land.
Yeah, we would agree with that.
No problem with Fernando, what you said.
Tim just replied he's having connecting issues with Zoom. So if that's the case, I would be ready to vote, or I'll.
Do you want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll make the motion to vote.
Okay.
I'll second.
So we're voting to say that this application does not impose a loss of important agricultural land. Hey, Tim.
Hey, sorry about that. Technology.
Let me give real quick recap to Tim since we're about to vote.
Yes.
So, Tim, we got a little more information on this. I talked to Eric at the development office, and Gary Davis actually had more information than I did. He talked to Sam himself. So we learned a little bit more about what he was planning and whether or not it would have a big impact. Gary,
Okay.
do you want to fill him in a little bit since you talked to Sam?
Yeah, I talked to him to find out how come he was doing this, and he indicated that, do you have the map and stuff in front of you, Tim?
Yeah, I've seen the map, and I live right down the road from him, so I know it pretty well.
Okay, because lot number 4, he indicated to me that this is being set aside for his sister, land for her, so she could build a house there. Lot number 1, he discussed this at the meeting, if you recall, at Outhouse Park when he was making a bid for the PDR, and that's woodland, a lot of it. And this is where he's proposing to build a house for his wife and himself in time. And basically, that's everything that is in that PDR, I believe, is to the east of Woolhouse Road, which shows the map. He lives, as you well know, to the west of Woolhouse Road, and he's got some land. I don't know how many acres over there he has.
Okay. Well, so why don't we, here, I'm trying to look at the map right now. So bear with me just for a second more, please. Too many things open. Here it is. Lot 1 is for a sister.
No, lot 4.
Lot 1, lot 4.
Lot 4. Okay, so that's on Woolhouse Road,
Yep.
Yes.
right across the street from where he currently lives.
No, I think that's further south than that, Tim.
It is farther south, yes.
Yeah.
It is in the
Okay.
most far south end of his property.
Okay.
Because he lives in front of the white barns, correct?
Yes, on the other side of the road.
Yeah, so the lot 4 is on the opposite end of his property.
And so lot 1 is, so he's not doing anything with lot 2, it looks like then.
Correct. Lot 2 is supposed to remain in agriculture as well as lot 3.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
So the motion that was made, Tim, was that we did not think there was any significant impact as long as this does not interfere with the PDR application.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, so the motion carries. All right. Fairly simple.
Thanks for the explanation, Gary.
Thanks for
No
your
problem.
time, Fernando.
Yeah.
You have some big screens there.
Yeah, and you wouldn't believe it, but I found them in a recycling bin. They were getting rid of them, and so I picked them up for free, and they work very well.
Well, you probably had to use them a lot the past several months.
Yes. Yeah, Zoom has been a little too much of my friend lately.
So what if show me the screens, Fernando. Show us the screens.
Oh, I just had a dual screen.
Oh my gosh, look at that. I am so jealous.
It works nice. When you're able to have two documents side by side, it makes things easy.
Good job. Gonna have to think about that.
All right. Anything else from anyone?
Is there any word on the 4th of July parade? I know that we have said about ideas for the town, but probably cancel as well.
Haven't heard.
No, that's been canceled, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So we just save energy for next year then.
Yeah, I guess wait for the fair. I guess we'll wait to hear if they're trying to do any virtual things. And one idea I had was, even if they don't, I thought the topic that we had was pretty good. So maybe there'd be a possibility of us putting something together if we can find the right type of platform to get it out to people virtually.
Okay. Maybe it wouldn't be bad to just have some 1.5 minute long videos about the topic, whether it's interview with professional landscapers of what they do, and then videos of farmers of what they do to prevent it, and what are the things that hurt coming from the water quality person, and put them in a series of just short videos.
Yeah, that's a good idea. More people would be more likely to watch that.
Yeah, I think that most people are by now intimidated about going to another webinar. But if it's a quick snap that can be shared in Facebook, they might be a little more likely to look at it.
Yeah, maybe even on the town's page or something like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Bob, I made Joyce aware that, you know, the fair had been canceled, but they're willing to, you know, participate anytime that we would like them to.
Okay. She's the best one to contact with ECB, correct?
Yeah, she's the chair of that committee.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right.
Mhm.
There's nothing else.
Okay.
Make the motion to adjourn.
I'll
I'll second
second
that.
Third,
All right.
fourth.
that.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay,
Good night.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Night now.